welcome to the latest updates for the latest news within South Africa. Hi guys, our latest will be about Mmusi Maimane and Shimza following heated argument they had last week regarding state funds. Let's follow up on that. Last week, Mmusi Maimane and Shimza got into a heated debate on Twitter following the 15 million stadium that was unveiled by the Eastern Cape government. Many people questioned that stadium and were concerned that the 15 million spent constructing the stadium is unjustifiable considering the shady work that was done. Shimza defended the stadium and that caused a fight between him and Mmusi Maimane. When they were fighting, Shimza told Mmusi Maimane that he has about 6 well-established businesses and he wouldn't need to work for anyone unlike Mmusi. Responding to that, Mmusi told Shimza that the businesses he has were established through looting via government tenders. In addition, Mmusi said they looted without even following due processes. Today, Shimza opened the space on Twitter to explain how he got to do businesses with the government. However, based on that discussion, it seems like some of the processes were not followed when he was awarded some of those businesses. In the next slide, you may listen to their discussion regarding this topic. Sizwe Dlomo was one of the people that were on that panel. Please remember to also leave your comments down below once you've listened to that discussion. And that will be all from my side. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you again next time. Please remember to listen to the entire audio in the next slide. Bye.
Is between, I guess, you two and everybody else is in the space. The reason why I started off the way I started off is because I need to outline that there's 2 different objectives, especially from you two. But yeah, if I were to speak to Shimza, directly, my question to him would have been the following. And you brought it up too. On the matter of being politically exposed as an individual, which he is, and so am I, right?
Yeah.
Now, does he not see Uguti? That's why people are concerned about him doing business with government. Nobody's saying there's anything wrong. Nobody's saying anybody broke the law. I'm just saying on that, because I'll tell you what else. He also went on to say, having seen what he's seen, right? He's never going to do business with government again or bring them to his establishment. Now, my question to you would be, if there was nothing wrong with what he did, why would he then stop doing business with government?
Because I don't want.
It's because he realizes he doesn't
the
want that negative
anymore.
publicity. Yes, that's exactly it.
I don't want that.
Exactly, and that's the point.
And because
that's
the
why
reason why I took, yes, but the reason why the business took the business is because we are a business that strives off that type of business.
Yes, and you explained
and
that.
As
but
a
what
person,
I'm saying
as
is
a,
now,
as a,
do you
as a
understand why it is?
As a
that
South
as
African,
exposed individual, people just felt like that was improper. That's my question.
I don't think that's a fair question, because then you are saying you can host a politician on your show because you are affiliated to the ANC. It's wrong, because people are going to say you are going to be biased towards them. Exactly, but why can't I do business with the government?
You see, Shimza, what the danger is now, because now we must now begin to interrogate and go through Sizwe's things, and that's not what we want to do. So I think it's safe to close the Sizwe aspect now. If there's one more question, let's take it and close the space, because exactly what you're asking, Sizwe, is correct, but that's not what this platform is for. You've already asked and answered that. It's a personal thing to say, because you don't want to deal with such attention moving forward, regardless of the fact that there was no impropriety. You don't think it's a kind of stress you want around you. You don't think you'll do something with government again. It's asked and answered. And that's why I said at some point we have to close this, because Sizwe, I'm done in 30 seconds.
I'm just saying, Sizwe, I don't want you to dictate your own affairs. Back and forth, Relwan or anything.
Yes. So Sizwe must not come here and force
each other a chance to speak, because Sizwe might have valid points that he's raising, so we won't be able to hear you guys if you are speaking.
100%. So let me close my answer to Sizwe like this. Sizwe, you cannot dictate the parameters under which Shimza must operate this exercise, even though he started the space. You cannot say, because you started the space, therefore you must go all out and address every allegation and address every rumor. Everybody has their own parameters which they set around their matters, as you do around your own business affairs, your own family affairs, your own political affiliations, and you must afford that space. And if you think we did it wrong, it's not a problem. But you cannot come and dictate how it must be done, because how it's going to be done is not going to impact you tomorrow. So there are people here who are annoyed to say that perimeters being set, because some of their interest is just umgozi and maybe trying to poke. I hear people are trying to get to the bottom of it. There's a public protector, there's SEPs, there's parliament, there's many places where people are tasked with getting to the bottom of it. So we can't say we must entertain each and every single thing simply so that Sunday Twitter can be exciting. Absolutely not. Shimza is a brand and he's a businessman, and he has a responsibility, yes, to engage his people and conduct his PR exercises in a manner that suits his agenda at the end of the day. So it cannot be a free for all, and it's not going to be a free for all, and will not be treated like that. And yours was the second last question. If you want to add, it's fine. We'll take the last question after that, but you cannot dictate to say we must entertain each and every single thing simply because the space was opened. It does not, and it will not operate like that.
Okay, Sizwe, you can go. Sizwe. Okay, I think from my end, man, like, and the reason, and I did say this in the beginning of the space, is that
the second thing, hold on. Now, the second thing, I understand why you're doing that, because obviously, if any kind of charges to emanate from this debacle, let's say something happened and somebody did investigate, and they then did have evidence of impropriety, right, or improprietyness, right, then that would be an issue that you'd have to deal with as his lawyer. So I get why you're trying to nip it in the bud before the whole thing starts. And then on the last point, where everybody's listening, people aren't speaking to Shimza as a business person. They're just speaking to him as a fellow citizen, because the funds that were used here are public funds that we all contribute towards. So when they're saying, okay, fine, I understand what the department may have done, whatever it is that they did, that's not necessarily your issue. As a business person, I agree with that. But then as a citizen, I think we all should be worried if the right procedure was not followed, because then that's our money is going to waste. And I'm not saying the right procedure wasn't followed. I'm just saying if that is the case, then everybody should be concerned. So,
but Sizwe, you must pause there, because if you talk about citizens being concerned about the impropriety of government, and you are saying it must be addressed by citizens, among citizens, you know where to find government. If you as a taxpayer,
but government's not the ones that open the space. You're the ones that open the space.
No, but this is not your space either. So you must also pause and remember that, because we see how you respond to people on Twitter when they try and get into some of your personal issues and some of your business issues.
No, my business issues have nothing to do with government.
Pause.
Just the same thing with Pause. If you guys open the space and people want to ask a question, they'll ask the question.
Sizwe, you were accused of family links to a point where you even sent people lawyers' letters.
I didn't send lawyers' letters, actually. How resolved that was not by lawyers' letters. But also, you resolved family links. You are correct. Listen, hold on. Let me address that. You're 100% correct. When it comes to family links, you are very correct that my family is politically exposed. And as a result, I don't use the government because I'm a PE.
You can't hijack the space.
No, I'm not hijacking the space. You brought up something